Hey guys, VanBjorn20 back again. Today's going to be my first impressions video of Donkey Kong Country Returns, guys. You guys know in my last video I told you I took a trip to Walmart and picked up the game, and here's the first impressions video, so I hope you guys all enjoy this. Pretty unexpected, guys, when I picked up this game. Not going to lie, I come home, put the game in, I'm real excited. You guys know I've been waiting for this game all year long. It's one of my top games I've been waiting for this year. Really excited about it. You guys that have been following the show for a long time, since day one, know I'm a big Donkey Kong Country fan. And with this release here, my God was I excited. So, pop the game in, and right away I go ahead and I get my accessories and I grab the classic controller, and I go ahead and I get the classic controller Pro. So I'm looking at these controllers, and I'm like, which one should I use? So I decided, let's go retro style and use the classic controller. The classic controller Pro is nice, but let's go a little retro style here and use the classic controller. So I put away the classic controller Pro, get the classic controller, plug it in my Wii remote. So I'm sitting down to play it, start it up. I'm all excited. You know, VanBjorn20 is all excited about this game. You know, he's all at the menu, and it says, you know, nothing's working. I'm pushing the start button. I'm like, what the hell's going on here? Why is it broke? I mean, is this thing broke? What's going on? Come to find out, nothing's working, and I'm like, no way, you gotta be kidding me. So I rush and I grab the case, and I'm all like, you know, all you know, flipping out like, oh my God, no way, did they do it? Did they do it? They did it! Oh my God! I look at the back, and what happened? They got Wii Remote and Nunchuck only. I'm like, are you kidding me? Wii Remote and Nunchuck only? What were they thinking? Are you kidding me? I'm like, how did they mess that up? How the hell did they mess that up? It's Donkey Kong Country. It was originally released on the Super Nintendo. How did they mess that up? I mean, the classic controller was made for the specific reason when you play Virtual Console games and old-style games, it kind of replicated the Super Nintendo controller. This is like a replica of a Super Nintendo game. It's a remake. So obviously you would think we'd use the classic controller, but no, they make it to where we have to use the Wii Remote and Nunchuck. And it really pissed me off. So now I'm salty before the game even starts. So right away I'm already angry. I get my Wii Remote and Nunchuck, and I'm sitting there playing at the very beginning of the game. You know, the story is kind of lame, but you know, we don't play Donkey Kong Country for the story. Obviously, someone's got his stash of bananas and you're trying to get his bananas. That's what the story's always about, so no big surprise there. This little tiki guy, our main villain of the game, he's in your house and you gotta like beat him up. And all of a sudden I get this motion on my screen that says use your Wii Remote Nunchuck and do this. So I'm like, okay. So I'm doing this and you're like boom 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 boom, and, you know, this is at the very beginning of the game, you know, it's the opening of the game, cutscenes, you know, the whole nine. So I'm doing that and I'm like, oh God, I hope they don't make you do this the entire game. I really don't want to be swinging my arms like a buffoon through the entire game. I mean, I want to relax, enjoy this nice side-scrolling platformer the way it was meant to be played. So right away, you're learning the controls in the game and you got this little on-screen icon telling you the motions you got to do. To do a ground pound, you got to just use the Wii Remote Nunchuck, you know, don't push forward or nothing, just swing your arms back and forth like a buffoon, and he'll start doing the ground pound, you know, slapping the ground. And let me remind you, before, if you had the classic controller, all you had to do was hold down and push the Y button. I mean, it was that easy. But no, now you got to swing your arms back and forth. The next motion control is, what was it? The barrel roll. The barrel roll is simple enough on the classic controller. All you had to do was hold to the right as you're running and hit the Y button, and you do a barrel roll and you can smash through all the enemies. Now you got to hold right with the joystick on the nunchuck, shake the Wii remote, and then you barrel through. I know it doesn't sound like a pain, but man, there's some really tight spots where you got to shake the Wii remote to get to the extra high spots, you know, to do the high jump. Sometimes it doesn't pick it up as well as I would like it to, and it's like, man, it just makes you wonder why they wouldn't let you use a classic controller. I mean, it really does, you know, it irritates you a little bit because it gets under my skin. I don't know how they could mess that up. Then the last but not least motion control that they added, and this is really boggles my mind. You know, here I am, Donkey Kong, you know, going through the jungle, you know, first couple levels, and I come across these dandelions, and I see they're kind of like waving in the wind. Well, that's a cool effect, you know, it's kind of realistic, you know, dandelions are waving in the wind. Well, I see this little icon telling me to squat down and shake the Wii remote. So I hold down on the nunchuck and I squat down and I start shaking the Wii remote. What's Donkey Kong do? He blows on the dandelion and the dandelions go and like a little heart pops out, and that's how you get like some secret items. I'm like, really? I mean, what's the world coming to when Donkey Kong is, you know, getting bombarded with a bunch of enemies? He sees a dandelion, he's like, ho ho! I guess right now is the perfect time to blow on a dandelion. Really? What is that all about? I mean, my wife's watching play. She's like, oh, that's cute. That's cool. I'm like, but Donkey Kong's not supposed to be cute. He's supposed to be beating up these guys. He's supposed to be awesome. Not, let's sit down and blow a dandelion. What is this, Animal Crossing all over again? I mean, come on. You know what I mean? Okay, enough bashing the game. I know you guys are like, man, you're bashing the game, really? I mean, the only thing that makes me mad is you constantly are going to have to stop and blow on these dandelions through the level if you want to try to get all the puzzle pieces and all the secret items and stuff. And if you're like me and you want to beat the game at 100% or above and beyond, because this game goes past 100%, I do believe, because I'm already at 40% complete, and I only got about 3 to 4 hours of gameplay on it, so I'm pretty sure this game goes way above and beyond 100% because I'm missing a lot of stuff. Let me get on with the puzzle pieces. There's a ton of puzzle pieces through the level, and like there'll be like 7 of them in some levels, and I'll only get 4, and I've been hunting for these things, so I'm missing 3. So they really do a well job of hiding all the puzzle pieces. They do a fantastic job. The game's done really well. It just really aggravates me that they are like forcing these motion controls on to these gamers that don't want to use them. You know what I mean? I just really don't understand that. It really does bother me. It puts a bad taste in my mouth. So just to forewarn you guys, if you get this game, it's a fantastic game. Don't get me wrong. Do not go buy this game because of me, because I'm telling you right now to go buy it. I'm just warning you that there's some motion controls involved. If you thought this was a game where you can use a Classic Controller Pro or the Classic Controller and just sit there and enjoy the game like you normally, you know, retro style, it's not going to happen. To do the ground pound, you're going to do this. To do a barrel roll, you're going to do this. To blow on some flowers, you're going to have to hold down and do this. You're going to have to use motion controls. I know, I didn't like it either, but it's just something we're going to have to live with. So the first night I played this game, I'm really mad. I'm frustrated. You know, I'm on the phone with my friends saying, how could Nintendo do this to us? What were they thinking? Oh my God, what did Retro Studios do? You know, I miss Rare. Why didn't Nintendo have to sell Rare? You know, I miss Banjo-Kazooie. You know, I just start crying. You know, like, oh God, Nintendo, why? You know, why'd you do this? Rare did it so much better. And you know, and that's not fair. Rare didn't do it better. Retro Studios did a fantastic job. It's just the motion controls, they shouldn't have did that. They should have at least gave you the option to use the motion controls or the classic controller. And before anyone asks me, well, Van Buren 20, you can unplug the nunchuck and hold the Wii remote sideways. I know, trust me, I got so excited when I went to the options and saw that you could hold the Wii remote sideways and not have to use the nunchuck. I thought that was going to solve everything. I was like, oh, sweet. But you still have to shake the Wii remote like this, you know, to do the ground pound. You still have to shake the Wii remote like this to do a barrel roll. And you still have to shake the Wii remote like this to blow on dandelions. So, yeah, you're screwed either way. And it's worse holding it sideways because you got both hands on the Wii remote and you got to, like, use both hands like this. So you look like an idiot. You're like, it's like I'm playing Wario Land Shake It all over again. Woo-hoo-hoo! I'm Donkey Kong Country playing Wario Land Shake It. It's like, really? What the hell? So it feels so much better using the Wii Remote and Nunchuck. Trust me, I tried them both. The Wii Remote and Nunchuck works 10 times better. I mean, just because you can nonchalantly, you know, waggle the Wii Remote like this to do your barrel rolls, you don't have to, like, literally move your whole arms like this. So you can really tell they wanted you to use the Wii Remote and Nunchuck. It's not really made to play on the side. I mean, I know a lot of people are going to prefer that better because half the people are lazy just to plug in the nunchuck. I know I am, but I take the extra 2 seconds to do it on this game because it's well worth it. All in all, this game is fantastic. I know you're going to be like, it doesn't sound like it's fantastic. You've been bashing it the whole time. Guys, I'm just bashing the controls. It really does bother me. But the controls, even though I don't like them, they work well. I mean, if that helps you in any way. I'm not a fan of the motion controls. but they do work well. They're pretty responsive, so you can't complain too much. It does add a cool effect when you're doing this sometimes. It does kind of put you in the game. I kind of don't want to be in the game. I kind of want to be on the sofa, relaxing, eating a bag of chips, with drinking a pop, playing the game. Yeah, but that's just me, I don't know. Maybe that's just me. Maybe I don't like burning calories as I play a game. Maybe that's just me. I don't know. But anyways, the gameplay is fantastic. After playing it the second night, like I said, I got the hang of it. I was badass again. I was going through the level without getting hit, and I enjoyed it. I was like, you know what? Yeah, that's the Donkey Kong Country that I remember. It's fantastic. I really do enjoy it, and I like it. At the end of the level, if you guys played Kirby's Epic Yarn yet, like at the end of Kirby's Epic Yarn, you'll have like a thing spinning at the end, and you gotta kind of jump at it at the right time to get like a bonus. It's kind of like the same thing here, but there's a barrel, and it's spinning like a jackpot. There's a balloon. There's like the gold emblem, that's your currency in the game. You got banana, and you got like, what else is there? I think that's it, actually. No, then you got like this Donkey Kong symbol. And if you land on the Donkey Kong symbol, you got to hurry up and use the Wii Remote and Nunchuck and do this as many times as you can, and you can get up to 12 extra, gold coins or whatever they're called. So, yeah, that's a little trick that I discovered that I didn't know was in the game. I just discovered that last night, actually. So, for anyone that didn't know, there you go. To get a bonus at the end, you get the Donkey Kong little emblem, and you hurry up and do this back and forth. As far as the puzzle pieces and stuff, there's a bunch of unlockables in the game. I don't even know what they are. I'm having a hard time getting these puzzle pieces because they're hidden really, really well. The 3D and effects in the game are just fantastic. The graphics are amazing. The whole game is really, really flawless. If it wasn't for the motion controls, I would have gave this a perfect score, 10 out of 10. No joke, and it would definitely deserve it. Nintendo Power, IGN, all the game critics are giving this a 9 or higher for a score. I'm giving it an 8.5 because they made me use motion controls. If they would have let me use a classic controller like I thought they were going to let me use, they would have got a perfect 10. But since they didn't, it gets an 8.5, which is still a fantastic score coming from me. If anyone that's watched my videos, that's a pretty high score. So guys, rush out, get your hands on Donkey Kong Country Returns. I just figured I'd warn you guys, there's motion controls, they do force them upon you. Do not think that I'm bashing the game. I'm just really frustrated that they made me use motion controls when we should have been able to use the classic controller, guys. So please save the hate comments, save all the hate mail. I'm just giving you guys my opinion. The game is flawless. I really, really do enjoy it. I love the game. I give it 2 thumbs up, or in my case, I give it 2 shotguns. That's pretty much all from me right now, guys. And there'll be more to come shortly, guys. Thanks again.